Hello, Gary Champion, Psychic Medium once again. I say once again as though there's going to be a million of these, and there won't be. Life is finite here. Someone's saying life is never finite. I mean, life in our bodies as we know them is limited. Beyond this body living, life is forever. It has nothing to do with anything that I've read because I don't read other people's books. Haven't for a long time. I generally write books, and I find if I read a book, then a certain amount of that ends up in what I'm writing. So during this writing period, and the most overwhelming feeling that I'm getting, and go a little step further, I've been doing some healing lately, which is not what I do, but apparently it's what I do now. Maybe it's not finite either. But during some of these healings and readings, most overwhelming thing that hits me is loneliness. Um, Abandonment, and sort of a funny little nervous desire of knowing what's coming next. Everybody wants to know that, what's coming next. Well, it's different for everybody. I don't know, a couple of billion people around. No two lives are the same, although they may appear to be. Because your reaction to life as it's ongoing is different than anybody else's. My reaction to, I don't know, I came upon this old video from Ally Mcbeal. I think it's a show in the 70s. I could be wrong. It doesn't matter. And the characters, one particular character is enamored with Barry White. And he does a Barry White dance in the bathroom. I'm thinking this is really funny. So I began to laugh, even though there are no living human beings around me. My helpers find great happiness in my silliness. And I clicked it off, and then another one came up where it's this same guy's birthday, and Barry White actually appears on the stage, and he gets up and dances around Barry White. I'm thinking, this is really good. This is television should be. And one has overwhelming feel of joy when watching that scene. If you, I don't know where it is, but it's if you don't know who Barry White is, I can't help you. He's a guy with a really deep voice, large black man. Had a lot of hits back in the 70s. Anyway, it's a great scene. If you need a little high, a little booster shot. And back to this aloneness that seems to come out of everybody. I don't think other people see it or feel it. Walking down the street, they're seeing superficial. If I'm smiling, they think I'm happy. They don't look beyond that or aren't capable of feeling any different than that. And most of the time, I am happy. It's very rare that I'm sad or feel alone. I think I've said, my wife says if she has to go out of town, she knows I won't be lonely because I have my dead friends. When I started to write a book and still have it, my dead friends make more sense. See, so her saying that prompted the beginning of another book. I know I'm rambling. That's okay. It's what I do. I'm not worried about it. You shouldn't be either. Anyway, what's happening with all the angst in the world right now, all the death, revenge, hate, anger, jealousy. Where's my piece of the pie? Let me tear something up. There's a large gathering of spirits, and they swirl around me daily, and I can feel it. It's a swirling sensation. Um, they don't know what they can do to help us fix this problem we seem to have. I'm at a loss too. If they knew anything to help, they would tell me, other than it's an individual thing. Some people are going to be angry and hateful, even if they're billionaires. It doesn't seem to, it crosses all lines and goes back to childhood and a lot of other things. So this is something we're going to have to solve one at a time. Find that inner happiness. And the corner of your eye, if you see a spirit walking around, I'm seeing them almost daily. I'm feeling them all the time. More so during readings and healings lately. It's sort of awe-inspiring that someone who's passed would take the trouble to help me help you. But that's how it works. There's this great swirling feeling, and then they touch me on the back and shoulders, and they're there for you. And the most troubled people have the largest swirl of spirits. And these don't have to be people you know. That's the amazing thing. These can be strangers you never met. Strangers you never met. And you have no, if you did hear them say their name, it'd probably mean nothing to you. And sometimes in a reading, I get names that nobody can recognize. And sometimes 2, 3 days later, they say, oh, I figured out who it was. And they send me a little email. But sometimes it's just helpers. They're swirling around you, trying to impart information to me to give to you to make your life better. You're never alone. I wrote a book with that title once. You're never alone. In the bathroom, in your most intimate moments, showering, making love, making an omelet, gardening, you're never alone. You're always there, helping. That's why lately I began calling them helpers, because that's, in the original sense, when I first started, that's who they said they were. Not guides per se. They're not leading me to the promised land or Oregon or some far off place. They're helping me help you. So therefore, helpers is the word most apt. Although I don't think they carry the way. So feeling alone is because you've convinced yourself that you're alone. You don't have someone here. Even though that's not true. You have spirits around you. They don't have bodies and fingers, and they can't take you to lunch, and you can't go out in the country and have a picnic. They're still there. Every place I go, I get strange names and things, and lately I've had a lot of flashbacks to people I knew in college that have passed, that I don't know that they passed. I mean, I may have been in college, a classroom with them or something, and one happened today that I was never in a classroom with, but I knew her. We talked occasionally. She was married to a tenor, a singer, and amazingly, their voices sounded very similar. I don't know if that was by design or just happened, but apparently she's passed and was around really strong today. I said, what is this about? It's been uh, 45 years since I saw this person. I've had no contact in 45 years. So some of these spirits are people you knew when they were alive, and now they've passed, and they've come back to haunt you. No, they're not haunting you. They're just saying hello. Just a metaphysical shout out. It doesn't have to mean anything. So if you want to feel good about today, find this Barry White, Ally Mcbeal segment. It's his birthday. One of the girls, it's a law firm show, although I see very little law stuff going on. And when it was on television, it wasn't. She's married to Harrison Ford. That's the connection to Ally Mcbeal. I can't think of her name. You'll remember her. But watch it, watch them get up one at a time. They begin to dance around Barry White, and then in front of Barry White. And it's sort of one of those moments that makes everybody feel good. Unless you're one of those angry people, then don't go there. If you're happy or need to feel, get a little juice, make you feel good. Dancing people smiling always do that for me. Maybe it'll help you. Just remember you're never alone. Just may feel like it is that you are, but there's plenty of people around you. And right now they're swirling me again, saying it's time to go. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.